Hi Libra, how are you guys? I hope you guys had a good weekend. Let's take a look at September 16th. This is your general reading for the week, but keep in mind, as always, it is general, so it's not going to resonate with everyone that watches. If this doesn't hit it for you, Libra, it might be the energy of someone around you coming towards you and how they feel about you. You have to take it as it resonates for you. But I do kind of want to hyper focus on you for this reading. If you're new, welcome to Moon Body Libra. Subscribe and hit the bell so you know when I read for your sign. I just read for Libra and Sagittarius here, but I do have another channel where I read for all 12 zodiac signs called Moon Body Tarot. I'll read for you over there as well, Libra. So subscribe to both of my channels, Moon Body Libra and Moon Body Tarot, to get all the messages for all your placements. All right, let's begin. I'm a little slow going this morning, you guys. It's really early in the morning, but I really wanted to get to you first. Libra, I really like what I see for you this week. I think a part of you is, I feel like you want to take yourself more seriously or take yourself seriously this week, but I think you're also trying to find a balance and not take the outside world as seriously as you have been. Because your first messages for the week were really beautiful. Shadow, so shadow work in the reverse, perseverance in the upright. I love this chick. She's got a badger on her shirt, so it's a badger kind of week. You will have a week of perseverance, and gratitude is coming out. It's all about your perspective right now. I think you've spent a lot of time in prayer to try to release something. I feel as though your perspective is changing this week. I see this week about like spiritually and on a deeper personal level. It's like the shadow card is here, and like that refers to like shadow work and addressing the shadow, but it's in reverse. I feel like you're trying to get out of like pessimism, always thinking about the negative. Maybe you've been focusing really hardcore on healing and your healing journey, and you're doing shadow work. And I think this week you're like, I think the secret to my success is a shift in perspective. I'm persevering towards gratitude. It will be a week of perseverance, high energy. You've got to get it done. You will have lots of moments of gratitude. This is shifting your perception. Some of you have been thinking negatively about stuff. You've been putting effort into expressing gratitude, and it will start to shift your perception. You'll have to persevere towards this, but it's like your hard work in that way is paying off this week. I really love that for you, Libra. We're going to put this gratitude card right here. I also think it's interesting. A whole bunch of cards came out of my astrology oracle deck. Mercury, so how you think, communicate, write, talk, and travel. Mercury is your style. It's how you move through life. Arguably, it's a very important placement. I feel like knowing your Mercury and Mars placements are almost more important than your sun sign. You really need to know those surrounding planets in your moon sign, because that's really about like how you move through life. So you're thinking a lot this week about how you move through life, how you communicate, how you write, how you talk, how you travel. It may be a week of travel, but it also came out with the first house, what people see and the first impression you give. Uranus came out. Your potential for sudden change, enlightenment, and awakening. Also, Vesta came out. The sun. I really feel like this is a week where you want to make some kind of really big change. And I've noticed it for the last couple of readings I've done for you, like general overviews. It seems like you've been thinking a lot about how you communicate, the first impression you give. I think that this is a week of change and a week of surprise. With Vesta coming out, you really want to keep your cool, because I love what Vesta, this card says, the goddess within, your sacred spiritual center and quiet dignity. But there is so much happiness here. Immediately, this said to me, you're thinking a lot about the first impression that you give, and there's something that you want to do kind of drastically differently. Some of you may give yourself a very drastically different haircut, clothing style. You may make a very big change outwardly, or suddenly you may be hit with this moment this week where you're like, you know what? I really care about the first impression I'm giving. I do want to make some kind of a change. I want to kind of rope something in. If you happen to have Uranus or Mercury, like if you have both Uranus and Mercury in the first house, I actually have Uranus in the first house. I can be a little extra and a little eccentric and a bit odd when people meet me. There's something kind of radical about me. Also, I have autism, so that just adds to it. Like, I get this. I feel like some of you have decided, like, I really want to be different. Maybe I've been coming off as a little extra. Maybe I've been a little on edge with that shadow card coming out. Let's focus on calm. Let's focus on change. Let's focus on how we feel about ourselves when we look in the mirror. Let's think about the way we communicate and move through life. You're having this shift in perspective. With the sun and gratitude, you're coming into a time of optimism, but there's also this radical change that you may think about making on the surface. Again, it's all about first impressions, communication. There's this sudden change for enlightenment. You may get a piece of advice this week that makes you rethink yourself as a person. I see that it's leading to something positive. I really like that. It's like these big changes. Who am I? How do I move through life? What am I willing to let go of? What radical changes can I make? It will be a week, I think, that you will feel as though you need to stay centered, be calm, keep your cool. You don't want to let go of this gratitude feeling. And this is really about like your purpose, your destiny, your immortal spirit is involved. Getting your immortal spirit in on your human experience. Aquarius, there's going to be change. Libra, you're very cute this week. Anxiety about the door to romance. Your catalyst or your challenge is the healer of ages. There's a storm brewing. You need to take action towards a cornucopia. Okay. Libra, what if it could be easy? I do see healing energy or maybe a healing presence surrounding love. We do have the door to romance and there is anxiety about it. You might be entering into a relationship or thinking about love this week and thinking, I want to bring healing energy into any cycles I start that involve love and romance. There's anxiety about that this week. And I heard immediately with the healer of ages, what if it could be easier this time? What if you thought about the first impression you give? What if you paid closer attention to the first impressions other people give? It's like you're coming across these different ways of looking at things to help you overcome like tough cycles, trauma, anxiety, stress. I feel like you want to take a new and a different approach to relationships, but you will confront anxiety about love and romance. There could be a strong potential for healing, especially if you focus on that gratitude, that optimism. Let people make a first impression. Don't just automatically decide you have feelings or you don't have feelings for something or someone. Give yourself time to form a first impression about others. Let them form a first impression about you. I do think you might be a bit insecure about the first impressions you're giving. I think you want to make a change. I think you want to go in a more positive direction. I think your perception is everything right now. But this whole love thing, and when we have the Ace of Cups at the bottom of the deck, and you're a little stressed out, and Two of Swords, you're like, okay, so there is a new beginning on the table. Could be romantic love, could be any kind of cycle. It's really up to you, Libra. It really is. I think it might be a little bit stressful. You might need to be patient with yourself, patient with someone else, ask others to be patient with you. New beginnings are on the table, opening heart chakra, but it's really up to you, or it's up to somebody else to open up and be ready for something. We have a King of Pentacles down here. Could be an earth sign, perhaps. I had to literally clarify everything. Let's talk about love, though, really quickly first. Your energy with love is vulnerability. You can be completely open with this person. Unavailable, this person is unable to give you all that you deserve. These were actually your cards because I saw something over here about someone maybe wanting a connection with you. So I pulled out the Messages of Love deck and I'm like, what's going on with this person towards Libra? A new love or a recommitment to love is developing in passion. They want to try something they've never done before. Trust is the issue. Do you feel trustful? Do you feel safe? Somebody wants to play really hard too, I'm seeing down here. So it's like there's a recommitment to love here, and it's very passionate. This person maybe wants to do something they've never done before with you, and you're feeling vulnerable. You're not sure that you're available to this. It has to do with, can I be available to this? Can I allow myself to feel vulnerable? Can I try something new with someone? Can I trust them? That's the kicker, right? Make sure you establish trust if there's this new love or a recommitment to love coming. You will feel vulnerable. You may struggle to be open to this, but this could be something new between yourself and someone else, and I'm like, okay, that's the anxiety bit right there. I literally did have to clarify everything. Overall energy of the week, Libra, is the Eight of Pentacles, and your catalyst or your challenge is the Six of Swords. This might be about work or what you do every day for work. Also, the Eight of Pentacles is like, we just keep our head down. We stay focused on what we're doing. Don't forget to look up at your accomplishments this week, Libra, because sometimes what we do with the Eight of Pentacles, I mean, it is still Virgo season. We're moving into Libra season soon, but it's still Virgo season where it's like nose to the grindstone, focus on the details, get her done, get her done, get her done, get her done. But you kind of feel like you're just a factory. You might be working on something this week or very focused on work. Again, don't forget to stand back and look up at all you've accomplished. I do think it's about work and productivity this week. Catalyst or challenges, you have to let go of things that no longer serve you. It might be kind of a time of transition for you. I love the Six of Swords. It's kind of like, it's like the Four of Swords too. Like no news is good news. You know, it's like you're just sort of coasting along, but there might be like a liminal intensity for you. Like you might be in between work, in between jobs. You need to kind of wait for something. You are in sort of a place of transition. I clarified this, the Moon, the Two of Cups, and the Two of Wands. What is it that I really want? Where's my untapped hidden potential here? You're trying to pick a path that's in alignment with your goals. I think you're really open to important conversations this week. I think emotions could start to be revealed between yourself and someone else this week. There is a bit of confusion for you. I do think you have to look yourself in the eye, look yourself in the mirror. The Two of Cups is often about conversations and connections with others, but it starts with the self. It's like, what is it that I really want to do here? Where do I really want to go? You're not 100% sure. We have the Moon in a clarification and a Moon in one of your main cards in your feelings. So cyclical emotions, you may feel somewhat moody. You may feel somewhat unsure, but I feel as though you're like, I really want to make sure I line up with what's right for me. And I'm also hearing, I can be okay with not knowing the future. Looking for the right connection though. I also am hearing that face-to-face conversations, heart-to-heart conversations are very important for you. They will help you pick a path. You might need to talk your decisions out with yourself, out with someone else this week. It's just a time of transition, not 100% sure where you're going, but you don't look like you're in a rush. Deep past that's influencing where you are right now. Kind of intense. The Tower to Justice. Wow, Scorpio and Libra walked into a bar and set the whole place on fire. It looks like you set something straight too. With the Tower to Justice, massive change that brought swift justice and balance. Looked like it was pretty bad. The Devil, the Ten of Swords to the Fool. So this could have been recent, but it could have been something that happened a very long time ago that is somehow connected to where you are right now. This is a part of the past that has to do with this week right now. Some of you need to hear that as painful and shocking and overwhelming and difficult as something was, it was necessary. You might have even dodged a bullet. Could have been with a Scorpio, another Libra, a Capricorn, or an Aries. But this is general, so I'm going to read it that way and read it for you. This is in regards to something that might have been like really unhealthy, really bad for you. And it really hurt. This might have been a lesson that you learned the hard way. It might have been a lesson of consequence. It might have been, maybe it was just something like a freak thing that happened. Ultimately, what it did was set you free. Something extreme had to happen to bring balance into your life and give you the sense of freedom that you have now. And I think that right now, like it was all difficult and it was painful, but you got away from something that you were really stuck in and stuck to. And it's like, oh my God, this huge weight was lifted. So it was really chaotic to get here, but it set something right. Karma was balanced because of something very painful. Something, what you were set free from something. And now your current energy, this placement for me, I say, like, what's going on deep within for Libra? What's going on in the psychology of their mind? Temperance, that's Sagittarius to the Wheel of Fortune. Clarifying, this is the Hermit, the Two of Pentacles, and the Magician. Really thoughtful this week, really wanting to take life as it comes with Temperance to the Wheel of Fortune. I really hear, I've got this. The devil is chaotic and can equal like some spiritual or an emotional chaos. And whereas Temperance is spiritual and emotional sobriety. It's like, I'm going to be emotionally sober and I'm going to be spiritually sober. I'm going to be calm. I'm going to take my life as it comes. I know with the Wheel of Fortune, with fate and destiny at play here, I really need to move into something carefully. And I need to determine the purpose of what I'm doing before I'm doing it. Very calm, cool, and collected within, really in that Virgo energy of searching your soul. What is it that I want to do? Where can I manifest? You are thinking about what you manifest before you actually manifest. And with Vesta also influencing you with Temperance, it's like really calm, really controlled, very humble, very somber with Temperance and the Hermit here. Like, what do I do? Because I know that once I start to manifest, I want to be in alignment with spirit. When I get the Magician and Temperance, worst case scenario, it's being manipulative and gray rocking everybody to control things. I'm like, well, that's clever, but I really don't think that's what's happening here. I think for you, it's more about, I want to be in control and I want to make practical choices. You're balancing it back and forth, like, if I do this, what do I do here? What exactly should I manifest next? I think you realize that you're playing with your own power right now and you're in complete control. And you really want to be careful about what you do next before you do it. You are very aware of timing. You are very aware of the fact that it's up to you. You really want spirit to be your guide. No sudden moves, no craziness this week. You're like, I've been through enough. I'm really calm and careful and calculated. I'm just about done with shadow work. Like, I'm hearing you guys like, no. I am not getting myself into any more bullshit where there's shadow work involved. I might have a little bit of anxiety about love, but I'm focused on gratitude, shifting my perception, being more in alignment with my sun sign, like thinking about my destiny from a different point of view. I care about the impression I give. I'm thinking about how I move through life and communicate. It's like really understanding your own personal power. And like this stuff about love is what it is, right? Here's what your soul is thinking about all the time. We have the Fool to the Ace of Pentacles, clarifying this is the Queen of Swords, the Tower, and the Star. Some of you may have an interesting run-in with an Aquarius or a Scorpio or an Aries this week. I see it as being good and positive. But this could be you, King or Queen of Swords energy. Take it as it resonates for you, ladies or gentlemen. Spirit is saying, what if you could leap into a new beginning? And also, you're going to have to assess for risk versus reward, but you are going to have a beginner's mindset. You're going to have to take a risk this week. You're going to have to go for it. You want to focus on planting any seed that will actually turn into something, manifesting into abundance, your abundance. You want to be smart about it and very clear and direct. You want to make massive changes that will free you. This is like a leveling up of some kind. I feel like Spirit is saying to you, and I'm going to use a statement that I can't stand hearing because I think it's kind of word salad-y and a bit spiritually narcissistic, but I want to take it in the spirit that it's given. I hear this frequently, like you're jumping timelines. And what that really means is it's a fast, rapid, sudden onset shift in the way you perceive, and it's like a leveling up. What if you could completely free yourself from stuff from the past? Like everything that's happened is like cleared a path for you to succeed and feel free. The Star is happy, popular, motivated, and free. Dreams coming true. The Tower is, holy shit, here you are. Some of you may, again, this may be someone else that you have an experience with of some kind. It seems to be positive. It seems to be important. It seems to be the beginning of something kind of exciting and unexpected. I think for my masculines and my feminines, you'll feel very in control, very direct, very good. Spirit's like, focus on this. Focus on massive changes. Focus on rebuilding things from the ground up. Believe that you've got this. But I love this Queen of Swords. She looks like she's saying, I've got this. And I love that this Queen of Swords doesn't look like a bitch. The Queen of Swords and the King of Swords always look angry and mean. She's like, nope, not angry and mean. I just know what I'm frickin' doing, yo. I make big changes and I create freedom and massive. This is like Uranus and Aquarius kind of stuff, like radical changes and shifts in my life. I can start new things and I can go places. That's what your higher self is thinking right now. Some of you are very focused on maybe getting a new job. Some of you will be doing some price comparison and shopping and stuff like that, maybe with career. The Ace of Pentacles could also be like a new home, a new relationship, new job, new something. It's really kind of amazing. You're going to have to go for it. Everything that's happened has freed you up. You don't look like you're nervous or procrastinating. It's like, I just really want to make sure I'm doing it my way and I don't want to lose control. And here's why I say that. Because the main action for the week is the Two of Pentacles and the Seven of Swords. Now, this could be I think this is your action. It could be someone else's. But I think it's yours. The Two of Pentacles to the Seven of Swords. Clarifying this is the Seven of Cups, the Three of Wands, and the Knight of Pentacles. Yep, no sudden moves. Some of you are wondering about what's going on with an earth sign. A younger earth sign, maybe. But what I'm hearing is it's more of no sudden moves. I want to be strategic and calculated. I am not going to put all of my eggs in one basket. I don't have to explain myself to everyone. I need to act upon my own behalf and make a practical choice. I have a lot of things I can explore, and I'm thinking about the future, and I'm just not really ready to do anything crazy yet. The Knight of Pentacles is like, I just want to move slowly. I just want to feel productive. I want to be accountable. I don't want to do anything nuts. You may appear to be holding yourself back a little bit right now. I think maybe because you just feel a little insecure about something. Like this card combination is like, okay, what do I do here? I don't want to make, it's like there seems to be a decision coming in here. And once you make the decision, it will open you up to something new. This week, you might be like, yeah, but I'm still not 100% sure. What about my schedule? Also, I'm feeling a little bit of maybe some of you are feeling a little bit of imposter syndrome. You're not feeling 100% supported. The Seven of Swords can be a card of flat out deceit. Or it's like, no, I don't need to tell everybody what I'm doing right now. I'm not 100% sure how I feel about everything. I do need to keep some things to myself, and I don't need the whole world to know about all the different options that I'm exploring. I'm thinking about the future. I'm thinking about karma, destiny, cause and effect. There's lots about karma on the table with some of these sevens showing up. And it's like, you're not going to do anything nuts. You're going to play it safe. I think it's also possible that you may feel some limitations and restrictions this week, and you won't be really sure quite how to handle them. It's okay. Just work through them. Here's how you're seeing yourself, though. The Chariot to the Three of Wands, Cancerian energy. Some of you are definitely thinking about travel, maybe relocation. You may be traveling this week, going somewhere this week. I love the Chariot, though. Like if you have any Cancer in your chart, it's going to be a really good week for those of you that have Cancer somewhere in your chart. It's just about being tenacious. This is about knowing where you're going in life. This is about overcoming obstacles and challenges and leaving all this shit in the rear view. Like this sucked, apparently. And the Chariot is moving away from it. It's like, it's time to move forward. I have the future to think about. Three of Wands again. I'm loving the cards. They're very empowering. Like the Two and the Three of Wands, the Star, the Tower. It's like, yep, shit goes down. Shit is crazy. This is life on planet Earth. I get it. I ride the wheel. I manifest my own destiny. I'm in charge of my fate. I'm going to explore all my options, and I really want to make sure I know where I'm going. And the Three of Wands, you're thinking about the future. You're thinking about forward motion. Some of you, again, may be thinking about traveling, taking a trip, possibly relocation. It could have to do with the sign of Cancer, potentially as well. Clarifying this is the Page of Cups, but then the Eight of Swords and the Nine of Swords. Libra, you're talking yourself into something and then you're talking yourself out of it. Holy shit. Stop being you. Like, I get this. I mean, you guys know I'm a Libra too. It's like, why do we do this to ourselves? I'm opening up to something. I'm feeling vulnerable. I want to explore it. I'm going to go for it. Oh my God, I have to overthink it. And I have all these boundaries. Whew. Libra, you either want to do it or you don't. Don't overthink it, okay? I know. Don't laugh at me or punch me for saying that. Like, don't overthink it. I know we overthink it. But again, what do I say? This isn't solution focused. Take your blindfold off. Don't get all in your head about this shit. Because it's like you want to move forward and open up to something, but there's like this, ugh. Now, there does appear to be someone over here that looks pretty serious. And maybe that's a little too serious for you. Maybe you're like, I don't know about this. Let's not quite talk about marriage and buying a house and kids and all that yet. Or, I don't know about this. I want to explore other options for work. Like, you look like you really have this newfound freedom and you don't want that freedom to get away from you. So you're like, I'm going to be kind of guarded with stuff. There is a guardedness. There are some boundaries happening, but there is also a desire to be vulnerable. And it's really tenacious too with the Chariot here. So here's what's going on around you. I asked Spirit, what is a hidden factor? What's going on around Libra that they may or may not be aware of? Someone sees themselves as the Seven of Pentacles. I really love this interpretation of the Seven of Pentacles. It's like, why does my crop keep coming up bad? I'm just waiting for a good crop. This person's waiting for something to happen. They do need to be patient. They've raised a few crops that came up bad, but they are not giving up. They're waiting for something. The way they feel about you is the Two of Cups. Looks like you have some feelings here too. You're also just feeling a little shifty. Like you're just like, Are you afraid of love, Libra? It's okay. That means you're mature. When you're terrified of love, it might mean you've been learning some lessons, but we don't want to be anxious about love, you know. But there is someone here that has feelings for you, or they want to get close to you. They want to talk to you. Their action towards you is the Three of Pentacles. Recognize me. See what I'm bringing to the table. I'm trying to cooperate with you. I'm trying to share something with you. I'm trying to build something here. Or they're doing something. And they want to talk to you about it. Clarifying this is the World with the Empress and the Emperor. Are your parents very far away? They miss you. You're leaving on a jet plane. You want to talk to them, but you're terrified too. Okay. This might be, I literally heard a mom and dad thing. This might be about your family. I don't care how old you are. I just saw like a 19-year-old girl. I saw a 28-year-old Mexican guy just now. I saw an older white woman somewhere in New York City. It's like every age. It's like every age. Some of you are thinking about like your parents and what's going on with them. They could be a world away and you're like, I don't really know if I want to spend the summer with you people or the fall with you people. I immediately heard like a parent thing and I saw all these people thinking about their own mother and father. Now, that's not as sexy or as interesting to a lot of you. For others of you, this looks like possibly a serious relationship. I mean, I shuffled this deck 10 times. Spirit wanted me to shuffle it 10 times, and the Emperor and the Empress did match up together. This card combination flew out. Libra, this person may really want to have a serious commitment with you. This is like united front, serious commitment. And again, it's about this person does want to try something they've never done before. And maybe this is all new for them. You know, and maybe you've been concerned that they weren't available. You look like you're worried about your availability because this whole card combination in my actions is Am I really available for something consistently? I don't really know. You're not sure that you're available at this point, and you really want to be able to be vulnerable. But I do think that you have a person, they may be at somewhat of a distance from you, that would like to create something here with you. And I think that you're just like, either that or your parents want you to come home for the holidays and you're like, I really have to find an Airbnb this week or I'm stuck with those people. I'm hearing something like that. I feel you. And here's how you're feeling this week. The Four of Cups and the Moon. Clarifying this is Death, the Four of Swords, and the Page of Wands. Are we wound up about a Cancer, Pisces, or a Scorpio? Maybe a Sagittarius too? Such is life. Oh, you look like Romeo this week. I sigh. I don't know how I feel. I don't know what I want. There's something slowly transforming and changing for you. You're undergoing transformation. You may be a little emotionally uncomfortable and confused this week. You might need a little bit of rest. Something's a bit much. I also think that some of you are like slowly trying to open up to trying new things and enthusiasm. You're like, let me give this enthusiasm thing a little bit of a go. I don't know that I really want to. It's like, it's hard to let go of that Donnie Darko vibe or that depression vibe. But that like shadow came in reverse with gratitude and perspective and like happiness and thinking about the first impression you give and all of that. And you're like, yeah, okay, that's a bit much. It is a transformation. It is a metamorphosis. It is a bit stressful, but it's opening you up to new things. I also think you're not 100% ready to commit to something just yet. Because otherwise the Page of Wands wouldn't be here. It's like the Two of Swords with the Ace of Cups. Spirit's like, the choice is yours, okay? Nobody's saying you have to say yes. Some of you like worked really hard for some kind of a freedom. Like you worked really hard to get to a place where you have these kinds of choices. You might not be ready to like get into some kind of a commitment here yet. Like the shit just went down. You've just gotten your equilibrium. Just ask people to be patient with you because you're trying to like be more spiritually focused, focusing on, the positivity, the first impression you make, the changes that you make, how you see yourself as a person. I feel like you want to make some really big changes right now. So be realistic and easy with yourself. Just keep doing this gratitude thing because the final outcome is strength to judgment. A big decision may be made this week or it needs to be made. I think that you are taking decisions very seriously. It's like, I really need to listen to my own best judgment. I need to be strong. And I clarified this, and I have the Lovers, the Three of Swords, and the Six of Swords. Did a Gemini or a Leo break your heart? I think just about every Zodiac sign broke my heart. I probably broke theirs. It's like, well, I don't want to repeat all of that again. You have choices in love. You have choices in work. You have choices in partnership. The Lovers is Gemini, and Gemini is about your match made in heaven. What's really right for you? These aren't decisions that you make lightly. What is really right for me? I'm not going to rush. I need to listen to my own best judgment. There's been pessimism and heartbreak for me. There might have also been some infidelity or something as well with the Lovers and the Three of Swords. Like maybe you've gotten played in the past. Maybe you were a bit of a player in the past. Like you're trying to move on from that stuff. You're trying to move on. I just think that you're a little gun shy to make a serious choice this week. In the face of what feels like a serious decision, you will not move quickly. You will resist. You will take your time. You will be reserved. You'll be patient with other people this week about decisions about you. And I feel like you're kind of like, that's fine. I don't need anybody to make a big decision about me this week. I need this week to like figure out what it is I want and continue to get over stuff that hurts. So like if you're asking me to get into a big old serious thing with you, I'm not really sure about all that yet. I think you just don't want anything to threaten the perseverance. I feel like this week you have worked and you will continue to work really hard on getting into optimism, getting into positivity, having a perspective that brings gratitude versus doom and gloom. You've been through a lot. You really want to know where you're going this week. So it's like, it's no sudden moves this week. I feel like you are taking a decision very, very seriously. I'm not saying that you don't need to take it so seriously. Just know that this person does want to open up to love with you. They want trust. They want you to try something you've never done before. It's a matter of vulnerability, trust, and being available to one another. Keep this perspective of gratitude, Libra. Keep it up. The shadow work is done. Now we're just working through anxiety to get through this door to romance and new beginnings. Believe that you can heal. Believe that it's possible. All right? I hope you guys have a good week, Libra. Stay tuned for your love message next. I'm always listening to the universe for you. Take care. I love you guys, and I'll see you next time.